Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for June 10th, 2015. And we're going to have temperatures increasing today from what they were yesterday. Much more in the way of sunshine, mostly sunny skies, but the humidity will start to increase a little bit today, and as even more so as we go through the week, as well as the temperatures. We're talking about mid 80s for most areas across our central areas, lower 80s up north, upper 80s down south. That's for today. There's going to be a system here moving through the southeastern, through the Great Lakes, and then eventually southeastern Canada. It does have a cold front with it. You really just can't see it here. You will start to see it here as it's moving toward our area here on Thursday. Now, the difference with, or the problem with this, it looks like it's there's really not much to it. A very weak front and not a lot of moisture with it. So it's hard to tell if you're going to have a shower later in the day or a thunderstorm pop up later in the day on Thursday or not. Right now we're siding with dry. Get the lowest chance probabilities of 20%. 20% chance or thereabout to see an isolated shower or thunderstorm. And the best chance for that is going to actually be across our southern portions, where it might be a little bit higher, maybe about 30% there, but really not a big deal here. There's not expecting this front to produce anything. As a matter of fact, you get into Thursday here, it's really hard to see here where it's even at. Here's your frontal boundary right here. Okay, there's the front. And there's really nothing at all here shown as far as moisture is concerned with this cold frontal boundary. As you get into Thursday evening, again, very isolated stuff here popping across southeastern PA. Now, the next question is, with this system here, it's off the picture here, it's off to the west here. This is going to be moving into the picture, and it's going to be moving up in this direction like this. This is going to allow this frontal boundary that's sitting right here, that was a cold front, to move back north as a warm front. Alright, so that's all that's going to do is just keep the temperatures really hot again one more day. We're looking at temperatures on Thursday getting very close to the 90-degree mark in many locations, and I think Friday is going to be a repeat of that, especially if this front decides to move through a lot quicker. We'll have no problem with the warm air advection getting to 90 degrees, maybe even to some lower 90 readings as you get into the southern areas here, especially across the Philadelphia metro. The opposite of that is if this front decides it wants to take its time to retrograde back to the north as a warm front, you might be stuck in a little bit more of clouds before it starts to clear, and in that case you might not even hit 90. So we're going to side with the fact that that this front will move back to the north quicker, and will allow those temperatures to come back in the 90-degree readings once again for your Friday. So there's also differences in opinion with how this weekend unfolds. I think right now where the best call is for most of Saturday to be dry. Another day that's very hot. We have another system moving up here through the Great Lakes here on Friday. Again, just an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but you have this Bermuda high sitting out here, just cranking the heat here in the east here. Southwesterly winds here, very strong. Southerly winds bringing in those the heat and humidity here on Friday, and then we get a little bit past this. Here's your isolated chance of thunderstorms on Friday. Again, very slight chance, not a big deal here at all as it looks right now. As this system moves up into New England, the frontal boundary is going to be coming through here, it looks like, in the evening. So if that's the case, you will have most of the day of a third straight day of the heat, and close to maybe upper 80s to near 90 again on Saturday before these showers and thunderstorms come in later in the day. There are some models that are indicating it comes in a little bit earlier, but right now the consensus of the models, the majority of the models are favoring a late afternoon and evening cold front arrival with those showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. So most of your day right now looks clear, and that goes through the overnight, and then Sunday looks good as you have a retrograding high pressure sitting up here over New England. That should keep us dry and keep the next system that's going to try to come in at bay, because you have this, still have this ridge here, and it can't plow through it. So it's going to have to go up and over the top here. It can't go through this high pressure, can't go through the ridge. So this might actually delay things on Monday as well. So we now decided to keep Monday dry. You see that the ridge is still in place here, so you have everything trying to come through, but it's off to our west, and that's going to be delayed. All that's going to do is delay it on Monday, and a lot will come in on Tuesday and also weaken it because of that ridge in place. So they get used to the ridge. The ridge means warm air, hot air, allows the Bermuda high to sit up here in the Atlantic. That just increases the heat and humidity. It looks like we're going to be in that pattern for a while now. Not necessarily hitting 90s consistently. Might hit 90s a few days here and there, but generally mid 80s or higher for an extended period, it looks like. And normal high for this time of year for most areas are in the upper 70s to low 80s. So if you're in the mid 80s, it's not incredibly above normal, but it's still above normal nonetheless. And I think that we're going to be into that pattern where we're going to have, the temperatures at least 85 or above for a while. It looks like, or at least mid 80s and higher for a while, and that goes for the foreseeable future. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for June 10th, 2015. Have a great Wednesday.